When a sitting mayor uses a public platform to name a private citizen and dismiss an entire category of voters as beneath consideration, that isn't a slip of the tongue. That is a statement of intent. Sadiq Khan didn't stumble into mentioning Jim Davidson. He chose that name deliberately, in front of cameras, to send a very specific message about who deserves to be heard in this city and who doesn't. But here's what Khan didn't anticipate. The man he targeted came back swinging, and the conversation that followed reveals something far bigger than a celebrity spat. It exposes the quiet war being waged against anyone in Britain who dares hold the wrong opinions, vote the wrong way, or refuse to apologise for who they are. Watch this carefully, because what's said in the room tells one story, but what's left unaddressed tells another entirely.
I've got someone that wanted to endorse your policies, and I'm not sure how you justify £10,000, but it did exist and you did sign it off.
I mean, listen, we know that the only celebrities wishing to endorse the Tories are Jim Davidson and people of that ilk. We don't think it's a good use of money to have celebrities endorsing the debt-free advice bus.
They just move. Have you noticed, from one politician to the next? So it started with Boris, it moved on to Truss, then they went to Suella Braverman, then they went to Dominic Raab, then they went to Gavin Williamson, now it's Zahawi's time. He has done nothing illegal. No. And by the way, I would also point out that this assumption in the media that HMRC get everything right is completely wrong, because very often, I'm not going to mention any names, but they come after good, honourable celebrities who have always paid their taxes. So all I'm saying is, right now, Zahawi, not referring to you, Jim, I'm sure you have, but right now, there is no evidence that Zahawi has done anything wrong.
No, nothing wrong. And he's paid, so according to the paper, £1 million. You know, if you don't pay your tax... Really? He's doing really well.
Yeah. I mean, he is rich.
Is he?
And the Labour Party obviously hates anyone who's rich and successful and self-made. Critically, he's self-made. I mean, this is a guy who came into our country and has done incredibly. I think he is a great success story. And if this was America, he would be celebrated for that. But here, they want to tear him down.
I know. Everyone wants to shoot everybody down now. When they're going to shoot down the mayor for what he has said, not just about me, it could have been anyone, someone of his ilk, the ilk that votes Conservative, so must be, and to sort of shun it off. Oh, Jim Davidson and his ilk.
Well, I've got an idea. Why don't you challenge Sadiq Khan to a head-to-head debate and actually put this to the test?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. He'd tear me to bits. I come from Charlton. I ain't very bright.
Jim, back yourself.
What?
You're currently selling out. Huge
I know, but I just go on and tell dirty jokes. But I couldn't stop myself. Do you know what they say? The House of Commons, they sit 2 sword lengths apart. I'd have to get a bigger sword, mate. I've often thought sometimes, you know, the other night in Southend, I had, 1,800 people stood up, absolutely cheering the place down. I thought, I could be their MP. And it'd be nice to get the votes to say, Jim, we want you to do it, but then you've got to get up in the morning and wash and everything and go to work and go to the House of Commons.
Actually hang around those horrible people in Westminster. I know.
All them SNP funny people, you know, declaring who they can be.
You
girl, boy, something. Oh, no, I couldn't have it. We're better off in show business, Dan.
Have you read...
Do you want to come out with something to eat? You look a bit thin.
Oh, shut up, as if. God, I need to starve myself for about 3 weeks. Have you read Prince Harry's book?
No, I wouldn't read it. Because I like Prince Harry. I've known Prince Harry. But I don't want to sit there and put myself in a position to read something about someone I love, and that is the King. I won't do it.
Because he's been very horrible about his father and his brother.
Well, I don't like that.
But you're torn. Your loyalties are torn because you love Prince Charles, but you also have loyalties to Harry too.
I look at it as none of my business. Kids fall out with fathers. Fathers fall out with daughters. Things. It's a family thing. But to be honest with you, I think Harry, Mr. Little Head, is ruling Mr. Big Head, and he's on a roller coaster that he can't get off. And the King will stop that roller coaster and let him back in, because that's the type of man he is. He's a great man. I'll tell you a little story about the King.
He will do that.
When Jethro died, when Jethro died, the comedian, the Prince phoned me up. He was the Prince then, and said, "Do you have an address that I can send some flowers that won't distract from his funeral?" That's the type of man he is. He's a great man, a great king, and I think You know, he must be going through hell, Dan.
Yeah.
But he'll do it because he's the king. He'll sort his family out. God bless him.
Fascinating. Jim Davidson, so great to see you again. Stand-up legend, of course. And these days, by the way, he's blowing up the internet too, taking a wry look at the week's headlines on his Ustream platform, sticking two fingers up to cancel culture and promising you the chance to laugh like you used to.
Sticking two fingers up. What's a finger?
God.
On the surface, this looks like a light-hearted interview, an entertainer pushing back on a political slight, getting a few laughs, moving on. But strip away the banter and something more significant is sitting underneath it. Khan's Jim Davidson and his ilk comment wasn't just a throwaway insult, it was a political sorting mechanism. By naming Davidson specifically, Khan created a category, a type of person, and then attached that type to conservative voters broadly. The message, wrapped in casual contempt, was this: if you support the right, you belong to that ilk. You are the problem. You are not welcome at the table. Jim Davidson's response, calm, self-deprecating but pointed, actually landed harder than a direct confrontation might have. His observation that the comment amounted to a racial generalization from a mayor who routinely lectures others about tolerance was not bluster, it was a mirror. And mirrors make powerful people deeply uncomfortable. What this moment really signals is a pattern that has quietly become the defining feature of London's political culture under Khan. The use of identity and grievance not to unite a city, but to draw lines within it. When a mayor instinctively reaches for mockery rather than accountability, when asked a direct question about £10,000 of public money, that deflection tells you everything about where the priorities actually lie. This isn't just about Jim Davidson, it's about what it means when the most powerful elected figure in Britain's capital treats millions of his own residents as ideological opponents rather than constituents. London deserves better than that, and the fact that this exchange is being discussed at all suggests that more people are beginning to notice. If you want analysis that goes beyond the headlines, that looks at what's actually being said and what it means, subscribe to UK Focus Point. This is where British politics gets the scrutiny it deserves.